Okay, we need to talk about something. Something you have definitely done. Probably today. You felt it, that familiar pressure, that undeniable signal your body sent you, and you ignored it because you were in the middle of something, a meeting, a movie, a conversation, a level you absolutely could not pause. So you held it, and held it, and held it. And right now, somewhere in your body, a very angry bladder is reading this with you. So what is actually happening inside you when you do this? Because it is way more fascinating and occasionally way more dangerous than you think. Let's start with what your bladder actually is, because most people have no idea. Your bladder is not a rigid container. It is a muscle, a hollow muscle called the detrusor muscle that is specifically designed to expand and contract. When empty, it is roughly the size of a pear. When full, it expands to roughly the size of a grapefruit, and it can hold, comfortably, between 300 and 500 milliliters of urine. That's about 1 to 2 cups of liquid. The moment it hits around 150 milliliters, roughly half full, your bladder sends your brain its first polite message. Hey, just letting you know, we're getting there. Your brain receives the message and says, noted, not urgent yet. At around 300 milliliters, your brain gets a second message. Okay, now would be a good time. And at 400 to 500 milliliters, the messages stop being polite. Now, right now, everything is urgent. That feeling, that almost painful urgency, is your detrusor muscle contracting, squeezing, demanding release. And you, incredibly, are telling it no. So what happens when you hold it? Here's where it gets genuinely interesting. Your body has 2 sphincters, essentially 2 valves controlling the flow of urine. The internal sphincter, which you cannot consciously control, and the external sphincter, which you absolutely can. When you hold your pee, you are using your external sphincter and your pelvic floor muscles to override your bladder's very strong, very insistent opinion. This takes real muscular effort. This is why holding your pee is genuinely physically tiring. You are in a silent, muscular war with your own body, and your body is very committed to winning. Now, here's the part everyone actually wants to know. Can holding your pee hurt you? The honest answer is, occasionally holding it is completely fine. Your bladder is designed to handle this. It happens to everyone. But here is where it gets serious. Holding your pee regularly, making it a habit, can over time weaken your pelvic floor muscles. It can stretch your bladder beyond its optimal capacity, training it to hold more than it should, which ironically can reduce your ability to sense when you actually need to go. And here is the genuinely dangerous part. Urine is not sterile. It contains waste products your body specifically filtered out of your blood. When urine sits in your bladder for too long, bacteria can multiply. And if that bacteria travels up from the bladder to the kidneys through the ureters, you now have a kidney infection, which is painful, serious, and occasionally requires hospitalization. Most people think UTIs, urinary tract infections, just happen randomly. But consistently holding your pee, not emptying your bladder fully, creates exactly the environment bacteria love: warm, stagnant, undisturbed. But here is the question everyone really wants answered. Can you actually physically burst your bladder from holding it? The honest scientific answer is technically yes, but almost never from simply holding it. A healthy human bladder can hold up to around 1,000 milliliters before it reaches a genuinely dangerous level of distension. Long before that point, the pain becomes so overwhelming that voluntarily holding it further becomes essentially impossible. Your body will let you go. Cases of bladder rupture from holding urine are extraordinarily rare and almost always involve additional factors: trauma, pre-existing conditions, extreme alcohol consumption, which can suppress the pain signals that would normally force you to go. So no, your bladder will almost certainly not burst from that meeting you refuse to leave. but it is silently and genuinely not happy with you. So, what should you actually do? Go when you feel the urge. Not at the first whisper that would have you running to the bathroom every 20 minutes, but when your body sends you the second or third clear signal, listen. Don't make holding it a competition. Don't make it a habit. Your bladder is one of the quietly hard-working organs in your body, filtering and storing waste so the rest of you can function. It asks very little of you. It just needs you to stop ignoring it. And next time you feel that familiar pressure and your brain tells you just 5 more minutes, remember that there is an entire muscular war happening inside you. Your bladder is fighting, your sphincter is holding the line, your pelvic floor is exhausted, and all of them are asking you for one simple thing: just go. Share this with someone who always holds it way too long. You know exactly who that is.